Welcome to the Watch List. We post videos every week, so don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss a notification from us. For today's list, we are going to look into the top 10 true story based movie of 2019 and 20. So let's go! Number 10. Escape from Pretoria. First up, we have a true story of a real-life prison break that happened in South Africa in the late 1970s.
We didn't want a life built on lies and indifference. We wanted to join the ongoing struggle for a democratic and free South Africa.
The movie begins with Tim Jenkins, played by Daniel Radcliffe, and Stephen Lee, played by Daniel Weaver, two South Africans who were imprisoned for fighting against an apartheid.
Timothy Jenkins, you are sentenced to imprisonment for a total of 12 years. And defendant number 2, the accomplice, Stephen Lee, you are sentenced to imprisonment for a total of 8 years.
The movie takes a thrilling turn as they hatch a plan to break out of Pretoria Central Prison along with other prisoners.
The point I'm making is everybody comes in here, they're going to break out of here by next week.
This is without a doubt one of the most tense and suspenseful movie in recent memories, as the character plan to create keys while coming across roadblocks at every corner. Number 9. Bad Education. The movie follows the true story of embezzlement in a public school and how a little embezzlement can actually lead to millions being stolen. Hugh Jackman as Frank Tishon, a Long Island school superintendent, along with his assistant, are credited with bringing the district unprecedented prestige.
Right, our skywalk.
Man, skywalk is big, gets us to first. That's all that matters.
That swiftly changes when a student reporter uncovers an embezzlement scheme of epic proportion, prompting Frank to devise an elaborate cover-up.
Which is why you need to know, and I mean this, if you go public with something that you don't fully understand, it'll come back on you. Hard.
Jackman's charm and charisma combined with the plot of a thrilling drama keeps you invested and makes this a must-watch in 2020. Number 8. The Banker. This movie is set in the 1950s where there was still discrimination based on color. Bernard Garrett, a revolutionary businessman played by Anthony Mackie, and Joe Morris, a wealthy club owner played by Samuel L. Jackson, devise an audacious and risky plan to own a building consisting of multiple banker headquarters.
Look, I like seeing black men succeed. Sometimes I even invest some of my own money to back them.
But you don't even know me.
I know you're smart and ambitious.
You and I both know that's not enough.
Their plan was to gain information of the real estate market with a vision to help other African Americans pursue the American dream. Along with Garrett's wife Eunice, they train a working-class white man to pose as a rich and frivolous face of their real estate and banking empire. The story takes a thrilling turn when the success ultimately draws attention of the federal government. Garrett and Morris do everything in their power, even pose as janitor and chauffeur, to save what they have built.
Should have took limo driver when you had the chance.
Number 7. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. The movie begins like a Mr. Roger episode, complete with piano-themed music, miniature sets, and Mr. Roger, played by Tom Hanks, arriving home, singing, changing his sweater and shoes.
Hello, neighbor. So good to see you again today.
The movie follows Lloyd Matthew, a cynical journalist assigned to write an invasive puff piece.
Hey, I'm looking for Fred Rogers.
Tom Hanks masters to project the patience and kindness of Mr. Rogers, making the viewer travel back to memory lane.
We can't fire him, can we?
Hello, Lloyd. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Are you all right?
The viewers are definitely going to fall in love with the main characters as they build a friendship over the course of the movie.
Like I thought.
He's a children's entertainer. He's Mr. freaking Rogers. This isn't Mikhail Gorbachev we're talking about.
I don't think you understand what you're asking of me.
I'm asking you to do your job. Now get out of here and come back to me when you have your first draft.
Number 6. Official Secrets. It's easy to understand why the true story that inspired the makers of Official Secrets might look like a good idea for a movie. During her work, Catherine Gunn comes across US efforts to dirty trick the UN to approving the Iraq War.
Are the Yanks really asking us to dig up personal shit on UN Security Council delegates?
Gunn then leaks a secret memo exposing an illegal spying operation by the US, looking for information with which to blackmail the UN diplomats tasked to vote on the invasion of Iraq. This captivating thriller presents the effort of Gunn to unload her information and make the gut-wrenching decision to defy her government, risking her loyalty as well as her family's safety.
So, you work for the British government?
No, I work for the British people.
You're a spy.
Yes.
Number 5. A Hidden Life. A Hidden Life takes us back to the days of World War II. It conveys a real-life story of Franz Jägerstatter, who was working in his land when the war broke out. Franz was a Catholic who refused to serve in the German army and swore loyalty to Hitler.
Preying on the weak. Now the priests call them heroes, even saints. The soldiers, the doers.
As a result, he suffered a series of consequences that were meant to break him. The movie portrays the bravery of Franz to stand up for his beliefs despite many opportunities to sign the oath and promise of non-combat work.
I have this feeling inside me that I can't do what I believe is wrong.
Number 4. The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. You might want to keep a tissue box standby for this one. This movie tells the true story of a young Malawian named William. Although he is soon banned from attending school due to his parents being unable to pay his tuition fees, William blackmails his science teacher into letting him have access to the school's library, where he learns about electrical engineering and energy production.
Turn the pedal. Stop.
The movie covers the inspiring story of how a courageous young boy built a windmill entirely via DIY in the early 2000s to power an electric pump, which leads to a successful crop farming, saving his family and village from drought and famine. Number 3. Dark Water. Dark Water stars Mark Ruffalo as an attorney trying to punish DuPont Chemical Corporation for dumping toxic waste in the waters of West Virginia. Through personal ties, Mark, who is a corporate defense attorney, decides to help a cattle farmer from Pittsburgh.
How many did you lose?
190.
190 cows.
You tell me nothing's wrong here.
In the process, he uncovers a dark secret that connects a growing number of unexplained deaths to one of the world's largest corporations. While trying to expose the truth, he soon finds himself risking his future, his family, and his own life. This movie is a thriller drama bound to keep you at the edge of your seat.
Rob, you want to flip. You want to take everything that you know about how chemical companies operate and turn it against DuPont like an informant.
That's enough.
Isn't that right?
Okay.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
Number 2. Togo. The premises of this heartwarming movie is based in 1925 Nome, Alaska, where the town is facing the problem of an epidemic breakout spreading to children.
There's been a diphtheria outbreak.
How long?
More than a week.
Constance?
Fine, she's fine. It's mostly children. 5 have died. Bless them. 20 more sick here in Nome, and not telling how many in the Inuit villages. They found serum in Fairbanks. They just don't know how to get it from there to here.
The movie portrays Togo's growth from a puppy who is weak, troublesome, and untrainable into a proven leader.
It's the most extraordinary thing I've ever seen. He's not a sled dog, he's a lead dog. You should have seen him. He outran every single one of them. He's magnificent, a future champion.
The movie shows a journey led by Togo steering his sled master and other dogs to bring back a serum to the small Alaskan town of dying children while in the middle of a huge blizzard. And number 1, The Irishman. The combination of Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci has brought the viewers nothing but a crime-thrilling masterpiece. The movie is a violent and dryly funny biography of Frank Sheeran, a World War II combat veteran played by Robert De Niro.
With the gun, would change his mind.
The movie begins with Frank working as a delivery truck driver who soon gets involved with Russell Buffalino, head of the northeastern Pennsylvania crime family played by Joe Pesci.
I can drive him. I can't fix him.
You're back in business, kid.
Thanks. I owe you anything?
No, you don't owe me anything.
Oh, thanks. Frank.
Hey, Frank, how you doing?
Frank begins to carry out jobs for Russell, who introduces him to Jimmy Hoffa, head of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, played by Al Pacino, who is struggling to deal with fellow rising Teamster as well as mounting pressure from the federal government.
Hello? Is that Frank? Yes. Hi, Frank. This is Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah. Glad to meet you.
Well, glad to meet you, too. Even if it's over the phone. I heard you paint houses.
Frank becomes the bodyguard of Jimmy Hoffa, clearing out the roadblocks in his way.
It was like the army. You followed orders. You did the right thing. You got rewarded.
Do you agree with our picks? Tell us in the comments below and stay tuned for more.